It's Sunday, February 4th. Yesterday I wrapped up the wiring job so the power outlets now work. I also cut a couple sheets of Reflectix to try to insulate the camper a little bit in any cold weather. And today is move-in day. So you can't see it, but I have all this stuff laid out on the garage floor, and I'm going to filter it in and try to find the best place for everything. I have a lot of figuring out to do. Recovery gear. I've been packing the Jeep for about an hour now, just test fitting, trying to figure out where everything goes. Fridge is going to go here. I have a mounting plate for it that I have to install to the platform. I like the position for those Rotopax is there. That's where my ladder used to be. The ladder, since the subwoofer is gone, now fits on that side. And as a reminder, I need the ladder to load and unload my kayak. This is nice. Now that the subwoofer is gone, I have room for a little bit more here. And I can put my shower shelter. I can put the awning room, which is nice. That took up a lot of my living space. The platform system is going to really open up my living space. Oh man, it's starting to snow inside the Jeep. Nice, Chris. I think instead of my shelf system, I'm going to put my clothes in the two compartments right here. That way, I regain visibility out of the side window. One challenge that I have is securing this stuff, preventing it from sliding forward. I'm going to keep my 3-bin system. It seems to really work. Furthermore, I kind of use this as a shelf when I'm upstairs in the camper. But I need to install some kind of solution to keep this from coming forward. And I've got these Beeler Flex bungees. There's a net system, and there are these long singles that have the eyelets in them. And I think I want to put a tie-down loop right here on this hardtop mounting bolt. And then I can run a bungee or a series of bungees across to the hardtop bolt on the other side, and that'll give me a nice little fence that'll keep this from sliding forward into the passenger area. So I'm going to take my gear back out and then climb into the Jeep and turn some wrenches to get some tie-down loops installed. I'm going to repurpose the tie-down loops that were used from the factory, that were installed in the floorboard. Okay, I think I can get a wrench on that. What I'm going to do is install one of these original tie-down loops right here on this bolt, and it's a little bit higher than I'd like, but it'll allow me to run a bungee, kind of create a bungee fence to keep my gear from sliding forward. supplemental tie-down loops here and here. Then I can use these two eyelets and pull down the top bungee just a little bit with two additional bungees, and I make sort of a rudimentary net. These bungee cords are by Flex, and they're called the Perfect Bungee. I'm inclined to agree. I think they're aptly named. Two more tie-down loops. One is going right here, and the other one is going right here. These aren't going to support significant load. They're just to secure chairs and tents and soft items against the roll bar, basically. I have this Angle Transit slide lock. I don't think you see too many of these. What this is, it's a static mounting plate for 12-volt Angle, or in this case, classic ARB fridge freezer. I got this over 10 years ago, and I've been carrying it around ever since. I got this with the expectation that I would be getting a platform system for my Jeep, a different Jeep at the time, and I would use this to mount my fridge. Well, over 10 years later, I finally got my platform system. I adjusted the camera a little bit. It comes with these replacement feet that are notched. So the feet slide into the slide lock and fridge latches into place. I'm surprised I didn't lose the hardware over the years. Just like that. Now I position this in the Jeep and figure out exactly where I mount the tray. It's approximately where it was. I just have to line it up. I'm totally drilling holes in my shiny new thing. The utility is why I got it, and I'm going to live in this, so if I need to drill holes, I need to drill holes. So simple solution. When I upgrade refrigerators, I kind of hope there's something similar, unless I can't get the lid open. I don't necessarily need a drawer. A lot of people have fridge slides, but at least with this 35-quart fridge, I don't need that. It's Monday morning. I'm still working on loading up the Jeep. I'm almost done, but it shouldn't take too much longer, and I think by around midday I should be back on the road again. One more little project. I plan to store my clothing in these forward cubbies, but Jeeps have a way of getting wet and dirty inside. I don't know how, just if you own a Jeep, the weather's gonna come in. even if you have a top on. But I've got this extra Reflectix, and I'm thinking I might just line the inside of these cubbies with Reflectix cut to fit. And that keeps my clothing off the ground, and it's also going to help me see my clothing against the black carpet. This compartment has better coverage than this one because of the contours of the tub, but that's okay. That's okay. And we'll get the job done. It's Monday afternoon, around midday, and the Jeep is finally packed up and I'm ready to hit the road. I'm heading down to a familiar spot in West Virginia for a few days. Just to break in the Goose Gear system, test it out, and to catch up on some work. I'm in Thomas, West Virginia. This is a familiar place. You might recognize it. It's pretty much where I kicked off my adventure last spring in 2017. Okay, I think this is really important. I think this used to say no camping. So, I did spend the night right here. A gentleman asked me very politely, or didn't ask me, he just said that there's no camping permitted within the city limits. So, it's not a problem. I thought that might be the case, so I'm going to head into the woods tonight. You know, as much as I complain about winter and about being cold, this is the world we live in. This is all going to be a fond memory come summer. Though I'm still looking forward to summer. Wow! This is so cool. I'm near Thomas, West Virginia. Near the coke ovens. This is a small town, I don't remember its name. Shoot, I have to look at a map. Is it Douglas? It might be Douglas. I'm gonna have to look at that on the map. I'm living in the Jeep with a new Goose Gear system installed, and I think my biggest gains are living space. I'm sitting on the 60 section right now. My clothes are stored in the compartment underneath, and I don't have shelves obscuring this window anymore. I can get to the Tembo Toscado really easily. It's stored right here. I just roll it out. I have access to my power outlets. I can set things on this little shelf, like this lantern. The Reflectix is installed tonight. I'm just giving it a whirl. My initial impression about the Reflectix is it keeps the heat in better, but it still dissipates. So I don't think that in this particular application it's a game changer, but it's still nice to have, especially on extremely cold nights. It's Wednesday afternoon, 3:53 p.m. I'm in Thomas, West Virginia. I just spent the better part of the day inside Tip Top Coffee, just doing work on my computer and getting stuff done. It's a nasty day. It started out raining and now it's snowing. And I'm trying to figure out what to do with myself tonight, where to go.
And like it's all snowy out, I'm like, oh my god, I want to sit in a hot tub right now. That's all I want to do.
And that has super surprised me too. Like, why?
It's Thursday morning, and it's a pretty cold one. There's a lot of frost buildup inside. It's Thursday morning near Davis, West Virginia. It's a little bit brisk. I didn't check the temperature, but I suspect it's somewhere in the teens. I'm heading back into town this morning to get some coffee and to do more work on my computer. I fell a little bit behind last week with the Goose Gear install, so playing catch up. It's lunchtime on Thursday. I'm in the Jeep in Thomas, West Virginia, and the Goose Gear platform makes a great surface upon which to set up the toilet and the stove in order to make some soup. It's midday, and it's about 15 degrees outside. It's supposed to be a lot warmer tomorrow, but that doesn't help right now. I got my work done in the coffee shop and really didn't know what to do with myself. It's about survival right now, and first and foremost, I'm hungry. I'm doing pretty well overall. But at times, like right now, it's hard to not let the winter conditions get the better of your morale. I don't know. It's snowing. It's kind of flurrying gently. The sun is peeking out of the clouds. there's a certain awesomeness to the atmosphere right now. Sure, it's uncomfortable, but it's a unique experience at the same time. In just a little over a month from now, I'm going to resume extended traveling again. So this journey, the journey in between, this chapter is going to come to a close. I don't know, there might be 4 new episodes after this one, and then I'm going to start an all-new chapter as we travel out west. I'd be eating much better if Jen were here. You might be wondering where Jen is in this episode. She's up in New York. She's working on her project, Photos That Unite. And I've been wanting to mention this. Photos That Unite is a photo documentary series founded by Jen for the purpose of sharing the stories of those impacted by breast cancer, to build community, to raise awareness, and to rally for support. It's a self-funded project, so Jen moved out of her apartment and moved into her Jeep full-time to make Photos That Unite possible. If you're interested in helping to support Photos That Unite, I'm going to include a GoFundMe link in the video below. Jen and I would be very grateful. Also, if you or a loved one has been impacted by breast cancer, please don't hesitate to reach out to Jen. She would love to connect with you and hear about your story. It's Thursday afternoon in Thomas, West Virginia, and I think I'm going to call that a wrap for this week. It's been a good week. I got a lot accomplished. Work on my computer, some winter camping, testing out the Goose Gear system, which has been phenomenal. It just made countless little improvements to my interior that added up to something significant. But as usual, thank you guys for following along. I'm going to wrap up this week's episode with something different. I'm going to enjoy some music tonight in the Purple Fiddle, which is a venue in Thomas, and a band called June Star is playing. So I'm going to check them out and hear some of their music.
Only ever